Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
We back at it again. It's a sit down.
You know what it is.
So what is the topic for today?
Topic for today is, where are all the good mates? Where they at? Where they be at? They in the masjid? They at ShopRite?
They in the club.
They in the market? Oh, we be clubbing? You better not be.
Not the club.
Huh? Are they up making tahajjud? Asking about you?
Oh.
Where they at? We're trying to figure out. We're going to talk about it.
Yep, we're going to get into it. Where are all the good mates? I don't know. I feel like people have to get out of where they are. Because you know what I'm going to say. Because you know I have this idea of hooking people up online. Just because, listen, I dealt with talking to people in my vicinity, as far as my city or whatever like that, and not saying if there's no good guys there, if there's nobody that is that you vibing with, you have to go out of your city.
Pretty much.
And I feel like branch all the way out. Like, I don't know. I guess people, it depends on your circumstances. If you have kids, if you can't move, if, you know, that's going to depict, I think, whether you can date outside of the state.
Yeah.
Or, you know, outside of the country.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's good guys and good women out there all over the place. But I think sometimes people get stuck on being in their town or like in their area, and then they don't look outside of that.
And then also people feel uncomfortable asking like people within their circle. Like, you know, your best friend got a brother and they got some friends or somebody within the circle of outside of another circle.
Yeah. Has
to be a good brother, a good sister.
I think people get stuck on that, like, oh, I grew up with him, I can't date him. Like, why not?
That is weird to me sometimes. But
I know it's weird.
But I understand, because I have a lot of, you know how we do. Got them play cousins.
Yeah.
But
that's cutting out a whole lot of people.
But I mean, I understand the awkwardness about that. But if you're talking about you ain't found nobody, like you done looked all over the place, and you know that this person is a good.
Why you gotta do that though? If you know that the person's good, if you grew up with let's say, I don't know, pick a different name. I always want to say
Soul Hat.
I always want to say these regular names. If you grew up with Abu Bakr, right? And you know he's a good person. You know he's in a masjid. You know he's handsome. You know he comes from a nice family. Why is it that you ain't looking at Abu Bakr? Because you grew up together? What does that have to do with anything? That's a better reason for you to go for that person, because you know where he came from.
You know his family.
You know what he's about. They know you. Y'all seen each other in the masjid. Y'all seen each other with friends. It's like, why would you go over that and try to look for somebody else? Because, oh, he's like a cousin. He ain't your cousin. And second of all, Allah said we can marry cousins. So I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem.
Y'all ain't even blood related.
Like come on.
It ain't even a blood relation.
It's like, I think people overlook a lot of good people when they right in your face. And y'all wonder where all the good people at? In your face. I don't get it.
People do have to venture out. Like if where you at isn't working, you do have to look outside of, and not just online. You might have to go dip into some other masjids.
But that's hard though.
Go to some other functions.
Like I have, you know, it's hard to go to another masjid and, excuse me, you don't know nobody. Nobody knows you. What you gonna do? Go in there and be like, y'all got any good brothers to marry? That's weird.
You never know.
That's weird.
But have you tried it though?
But it's weird.
Have you tried it?
I don't know, but I mean, like, I'm all about branching out. But you're going to have to go to a masjid for a couple times. Yeah. You're going to have to get involved in the youth, whatever. You're going to have to get involved with volunteering to see who's out there. Who's doing what in the masjid. Who's active. Who is who's known at the masjid. Because a lot of people just go to masjid on Juma and you don't see them after that the rest of the week. If that, But if that's something that you feel like is a good thing, and I think it is a good thing to go to a different masjid and, see who's there. But you really do have to get active in that community to actually see who somebody is. Yeah. You have to really put yourself out there and not be afraid to get out of your comfort zone when you're looking for a spouse. I don't know.
Especially if you have a certain type. If you feel as though you have a certain type, it might be time to try something a little different.
Your type might not have been working for you this far, so it's like, why not try something different? And I want to be clear that doesn't mean that you're just like, you go and marry somebody that is not the one for you. It just means talk to somebody different. Be open to meeting somebody that doesn't look like the nigga you used to talking to. But I'm being honest, like, there's no reason why you wouldn't meet somebody. You're not promising to marry that person at that moment. It's just about, like, being open to meeting people and getting out of that comfort zone, because the guys that you have been meeting or the women that you've been meeting have not worked out thus far. Obviously, or you would not be single. Yeah.
Then when you work that in connection with the cards, then you have a better understanding of who that person is, and you're not like walking in the dark like, all right, I'm gonna try this new thing and I'm gonna see. But actually being guided with the cards, then I think it opens you up to a more personal experience, of like, you have a plan of when you're going into something like, all right, I'm gonna talk to a different person. Like, that's not my normal go-to. I think you yield better results when you have a plan of action.
But I just feel like some people are just like so closed off to meeting new types of people. Like, oh, he's too short. Oh, he's too tall. Oh,
he's a trash man.
Like, trash men get paid a lot, y'all. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I don't know. Like, that whole height thing, that's always been like I'm a short woman. I'm 4'11". And I feel like before I would be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to nobody that's shorter than me. But if they short, like, who cares? If they have everything else that I need in a spouse, why would it matter if they're a little bit short for a man? I don't know. I feel like some people have their priorities mixed up.
At the end of the day, if you've been single for 20 years and you still like, oh, I don't want no short man, I'm sorry, sis, but you might need to go ahead and
want to try a short man.
Try one of them short men out for a bit.
You Xing out a whole group of men because of height, when that man might be the most religious, the most loving, the most romantic, the most honest, loyal, like a great father. All these things that you want in a spouse, but because he's short, you don't even talk to him. Height.
But that's a weird non-negotiable.
It is. It's not. It should not be at the top of your priority list, in my opinion. And if that's how you feel, then there's a reason why you're single.
Yeah.
Not trying to be rude, but you can't. Because some women and some men too, they be out here like, there's no good man, there's no good women. No, that's not true. They're out there.
They're out there. They just being judged a whole lot for certain characteristics that they hold. That it's like, well, I guess I'm not going to find nobody because I'm like this.
I feel like people that are looking for marriage need to write out what their priorities are. And really see if the things that you've been holding as high on your list should really be that high or not. Should they be in a different category, like wants? Yeah. And wants come after what you need, or they should, I think. Your needs in a spouse should come before your wants in a spouse. And yeah, you should have what you want also. But I don't know. For me, like, if I was single right now, I don't think I would care about somebody being a little bit shorter if they had the things that I need. So there's certain things that are non-negotiable, and I think some people have those mixed up. Yeah. With wants and desires.
Body changes, clothes, all those things can be changed.
Teeth. Now, some people have some jacked up mouths. But what I'm saying is, like, give me a moment, okay? If that person has everything else that you're looking for, they can get their teeth fixed, sis. Bruh, you can take that sis to the dentist, okay? Get her fronts just done.
Y'all can go to Mexico. What was it, $14, I think?
Listen.
Get a whole new grill.
There are certain things that can be worked on, and there's certain things that cannot be worked on. Somebody is a cheater, they're not changing.
It's a cheater, always a cheater.
If somebody is not honest, if you second guessing if they telling you the truth or not, that's not something you about to work on. Because they're not going to change for you. That's something they got to do by themselves.
And you're not going to change your thought process. You're always going to be wondering, like,
if they telling the truth.
telling the truth? You know, he did lie to me in the beginning. Like, you
he
let
lying
that go.
in the beginning, he a liar. If she lying in the beginning, fellas, she a liar.
No matter how small or how big, them little lies turn into big lies when they all grouped up together. So we're the Maytag. They all around you.
They're all around.
They all around you.
You just have to be open to something different.
Yeah.
Just be open to something different, you guys. Be open to meeting people.
Talk to a thick one.
Ooh.
A skinny one. A smart one.
All right now.
A hood one.
Yes.
Mix them all up together. Just, put different pieces together and see what you come up with.
Just try talking to people.
You ain't getting married right away. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Just talk. See if this.
Get to know people.
Feel the vibe.
And if it's not for you, then be out. Let them know you're not interested.
This ain't for me. I tried it. That's it.
Give people a chance.
Mm-hmm.